Hi, it's Nick Carlile from Platinum Portfolio Builder, and today I want to talk about possibly the two most important words in property. Now, you may be surprised to hear that the first word is dull and the second word is boring. And what I mean by that is that if you're considering property investment at the moment, those are two words that you should keep very close to your mind. You shouldn't be sidetracked by overseas investments, fancy brochures and all of that kind of thing. Because if you focus on investments that are traditionally seen as dull and boring, what you'll also tend to look at is investments that are also safe, secure, solid, reliable. Okay, so dull and boring, whilst it might not be the most interesting, most exciting thing, means that you will have a property investment that is as safe and secure as it possibly can be. Now, two more important words are also yield. So gross yield is important as an investor. Most of you will appreciate that. And also discount. Now, discount is one word that's often overplayed, and it's not often considered in conjunction with yield. Now, if you're looking to invest in property, then you should consider properties that have discount inbuilt, but also, and probably more important, that have a yield that is going to put money into your pocket on a monthly basis and give you some security against rising interest rates that will inevitably come. So the discount is the thing that de-risks the investment should you ever wish to sell it, should your circumstances ever change and you need to get out of that investment. The yield, the gross yield, the income, the profit after all of the costs is the thing that gives you the security until you can cash in the investment. Now, just going back to sexy and exciting, this might appeal to quite a lot of you. Overseas glossy brochures, we see it a lot at the property shows, of which we're doing quite a few during the course of 2014. But the problem with things like this is that they are often too good to be true, and you've only got to look at some of the investments that have happened in the Caribbean, for instance. Many of you will be aware of the big company that ran investments out there and took lots of money, much of the money coming from people's pensions, that has actually been frittered away. Now, the problem with things like this is that there's often a legal title risk. So when you invest overseas, quite often the lawyer gives you a piece of paper that says that the title is clean, and often that's not the case. In the UK, you can rely on that. There's also a major distance risk with this, in that it's miles away, you've got to get on a plane to see it. There's a management risk, a cultural risk, and one of the most important risks that is often overlooked is the currency risk. So if you're investing overseas in a different currency, the currency fluctuations can mean that some of the gains that you've achieved can often be wiped out. Now, some of you will also be saying that the currency risk could move in your favour, and in many cases for people that invested in the Eurozone years ago, that's been the case. But that's much more of a gamble than a calculated property investment risk. So I would say if you're considering investment at the moment, and you should be looking at UK residential property, dull and boring, stuff that gives solid discount, solid yield. This is a property that many of you will have seen. If you come and visit us in our South Yorkshire office, you'll see this in the flesh. It's owned by a client of ours, a guy who's been a client of ours for over 3 years. We bought the property for $250,000 with about £15,000 in costs, and it has a value of $356,000. So he's got instant equity of $90,000, $91,000. Now, this de-risks the investment from his point of view, and he's got instant equity there generated from the discount. The other thing that's really important about this is a gross yield of 9.6, so almost 10%, double-digit gross yields. So this is the kind of investment that I believe you should be looking to, and the UK now is ripe with those kind of opportunities. The next 1 to 3 years and 3 to 5 years are going to be a great time to invest as we go into the next 20-year cycle, and 20 years from now we're looking on the back of another correction. But this is the kind of thing that is dull, it's boring, it's safe, it's solid, it's secure, and it's got discount and yield built in, and this is the kind of thing that we at Portfolio Builder are buying in bulk for ourselves and our clients, and I'd encourage you to do the same. Thanks for listening.